Hey everybody, Jason here. A few weeks ago I made a video about Infinite Mini Golf, a new game out from Zen Studios, and today I have another game from them, and this is one I've really been looking forward to and am excited about. I'm a huge fan of their previous game, Pinball FX2, and this week, Pinball FX3 is out on consoles and PC, and I had a chance to dig into it a little bit, and I'm super happy with what I've played so far. The first thing you need to know is that Pinball FX3 is a platform, not just a game. It's sort of like how Rock Band provides the core game experience, but the real fun is in all the music you buy separately as DLC, and that's how Pinball FX works. You can download the base game for free, but there are tons of pinball tables and table packs and bundles that you can then buy to expand the game out. And also, like with Rock Band, you can import your tables that you previously bought for Pinball FX2 into Pinball FX3 for free. Here's how that works. When you first go into FX3, you'll see this new menu, which I'll go through in just a minute. Down at the bottom is an Import Tables option, and I'm playing on Xbox One, so you'll be seeing Xbox controls here. I hit X, and it starts the import process. Now, what happens here when you hit that button is that Pinball FX3 looks at your account and it sees which Pinball FX2 tables you previously owned. Then it gives you licenses to the FX3 versions of those same tables, and almost all the tables from the previous game are compatible here, but I did notice that just a few didn't go forward, like the Ms. Man table, but pretty much all the big ones get the FX3 import and upgrade. When you do the import, it doesn't automatically make all those tables available to play right away though, and you can see when I go into the tables menu, almost all of these are still grayed out, and they aren't available. If you select one of those tables, it'll take you here, where you can download and play each table, but as you can see, there are a ton of tables, and it would take forever to just go through all of those and download these one by one. So here's how I did it, and it'll save you a whole bunch of time. And again, note that this is specific to Xbox One, so your steps will be different if you're on PC or PlayStation 4. You go out of Pinball FX3 and go into your games and apps. Then under Games, you select Pinball FX3. Hit the Options button, or the hamburger button as I like to call it. Then you go into Manage Game. Once you're there, you go down to Ready to Install. And there are all your pinball tables that you just got the licenses to download. So you go right over to Install All and click it, and there you go. It'll automatically queue all your tables up to download. And this is going to take a while, so you might want to go and play some Destiny or watch some Netflix for a while or do something, and come back later after it's done. So we're going to jump forward in time through the magic of TARDIS video editing, and you can see that all these tables now have shown up and are playable. They have a lot of good original tables, but they've also gotten some really great licenses like Universal and Marvel, Star Wars, Bethesda, Aliens, Fox Cartoons, Portal, and even The Walking Dead. Okay, so now that we have all the tables loaded in, let's see what makes FX3 different from FX2. The first thing you'll notice is that there's this girl who pops up as a guide throughout the game. She's there to give you tips on how to use the platform, but she also gives you help for new players on some general pinball concepts. Like here, you can see she's teaching you how to hold a ball with the flipper.
Now it's your turn. Hit the ramp 3 times to get the hang of it. Awesome. 2 more to go.
And then she shows you how to bump the table to jump the gap from one flipper to the other.
Awesome.
And that kind of thing is unique here because Pinball FX2 kind of just relied on you and expected for you to figure everything out yourself. From the main menu, there are several places you can go. Single player is the traditional way to play Pinball FX on your own. Then there's Match Up, which is a new mode that picks a few tables and then has you try to outscore other players on those specific tables. It's sort of an asynchronous multiplayer thing. Tournaments are for competing with other players in time-sensitive events, and you can even make your own tournaments here. You can make your own tournament events that other players can see and play. And again, it's an asynchronous multiplayer kind of thing. And of course, there are leaderboards and options for the game in the main menu. Also on this main menu, there's now a big quick play pane at the bottom left where the game will suggest things you can do, like trying to get a certain achievement or to try out a table you own but haven't played yet. And then there's this last news section at the bottom that will update you about news from the developer, and it'll also tell you things like, it'll show you things like your friends getting achievements and progressing in the game and that sort of thing. Each table also has several challenge modes this time, and the better you do in a challenge, the more stars you collect for that table. So there's sort of a meta game where you try to do whatever the challenge is and do better each time to bump up your stars collection. One other thing that's new this time is in-game table guides, and these are so great. Zen always has made table guides available for all their pinball tables, and you could download them from their website, but now they've put them directly into the game, and it makes a huge difference. You can go through the guide for any table, and it'll tell you exactly how all the little tricks on the table work, and where you should be shooting the ball, and what you need to be aiming for. And these guides are optional, of course, so you can just keep trying to figure it all out on your own if you prefer that. But I really love having this information here to give me some specific goals when I'm playing a new table that I haven't tried out before. And now, of course, that brings us to the gameplay itself. And I'm very happy to report that Pinball FX3 plays really similarly to FX2. The controls are all the same, and it feels pretty much identical to the last one. There are some visual upgrades in this one, so even the old tables that you import look better here than they did in the last game. And that overall adds up to an overall better play experience, and that pretty much makes Pinball FX3 the best digital pinball game on the market. I play this thing all the time, and I'm going to continue playing all the new tables as they release, so you can count on coverage ongoing whenever a new pack of tables comes out. Zen released a set of tables based on Universal movies from the 80s alongside the Pinball FX3 release, so you can look forward to some videos for each of those coming up here. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.